So this is the thing which I am teaching from so many years, and we'll start today. So any one of you know SQL or any knowledge? Anyone knows anything?
Basic knowledge. Only basic knowledge I have.
Okay, you have basic knowledge. Okay. Anyone? Yeah.
Yes, same Vikram. I too have a basic knowledge about SQL.
Okay. Guys, so this is fine. Let us see how much you know. What is a data? Data is what? Any?
Of record.
Yeah, tell me.
Collection of record tables.
Correct. So we will tell it what? Any meaningful information is nothing but your data. So anything which is gives some meaningful information, that is nothing but a data. And then there is something called as database. What is a database? Have you ever heard? What is a database? Anyone?
Collections of data.
Yes, this is actually the collection of data in the form of tables. In the form of tables. Okay, guys. So this is what database is, a place to store the data in the form of tables. So how we will define a table, guys? Do you have any idea? How can we define a table? Yeah, what is a table?
Collection of rows
Collections
and
of
columns.
rows and columns.
Yes, so table we can define it as what? It is a collection of rows and columns. Fine. Table will have rows, table will have columns. So that is why it is called as collection of rows and columns. Rows are also called as what?
Tuples.
Okay, then record. And columns are also called as what? Attribute. Okay. Table is also called as what? Entity. Fine, guys. This is a very, very basic concept. Please, whoever is learning, please concentrate here. This is the last thing what you need to remember until and unless you become a complete data expert. Entire thing what I will teach is based on this one: data migration, data profiling, data mining, data archival, data retrieval, entire transformation. This is the first class. Please concentrate. First, I told data means any meaningful information. Then I told database is the collection of data in the form of tables. Table is a collection of rows and column. Rows are also called as tuple, also called as records. Column are also called as attribute. Table is also called as entity. Then there is something called as schema. Have you heard about this? Any idea? Anyone? What is a schema?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what is a schema?
I don't know the definition of schema, but I know what is schema, but I don't know how to explain it.
Guys, see, everyone
Schema
gets
will have a tables.
Yes, everyone gets confused to explain a schema. Schema is a folder structure in a database. Suppose you have a hard disk. There is a particular folder of movies. There's a particular folder of songs. There's a particular folder of pictures. So these folder structures in a database is nothing but your schema. Folder structure in a database is called as schema. Just to make it more clear, in a kitchen, kitchen is a database. After that kitchen, there is some racks. So racks will become what? Schema. Inside that racks, there is further division. Suppose fruits are there, vegetables are there. So all these divisions will become what? Tables. And inside table, again that fruits are there. Again that glossary item, then glossaries are there. So first is the database, then it is divided into schema. Then inside schema, there is tables. Inside table, there is a data. So please have a clear understanding. Don't get confused in database, schema, and all those things. First database, then it's schema, then it's table, and inside table, there is a data. Are you clear with this concept? Tell me yes or no. Guys, tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Yeah, always tell me yes or no. If you're not clear, just ask me again and again. I don't mind. But this concepts, guys, I'm telling you from the first day to the last lecture. You don't know what is a database, what don't is schema and table and all, it will become a big headache. Because entire your Informatica, all the transformations, be it will lookup transformation, joiner transformation, rotor transformation, sorter transformation, entire thing, your basic concept first day class should be completely clear. Next, schema is clear. Next we will move is nothing but, guys, I just want to see your pictorial representation. So if I want to see in a picture, so how can you just explain me? So let me just open the Paint. Guys, if my system shut down, just I'm telling you again and again, please reconnect. So guys, this is a database. Inside database, what are the things will be there? Can you just tell me? Inside database, what will be there? There will be schema or not? Yes or no?
Schema, yeah.
Yes. So this is suppose schema 1. This is schema 2. This is schema 3. This is schema 4. Now inside the schema, what will be there? Can you just tell me? There will be tables. There will be what? Tables. Suppose this is table 1. This is table 2. This is table 3. This is table 4. Okay, fine. These are the table. Now tell me inside the table, what will be there, guys? What is a table? Table is a collection of rows and columns. So inside this table, data will be there or not? Tell me yes or no. Inside this table, data will be there. So now my question to you is, what is a cell? Have you heard about cell? What is a cell? This intersection of records and columns is called a cell. Suppose this is a particular section is called a cell. So what is a cell, guys? Cell is nothing but intersection of what? Rows and columns are called as what? Cells. Are you able to understand? What is a cell? What is a database? First, this is a database. Inside that database, there are schema. This is a folder structure. This schema 1, this schema 2, schema 3, schema 4. Inside this schema, there are tables. Inside the table, there is data, and data is stored in cells. Now, what is this cells? Cells is nothing but intersection of what? Rows and columns. Did you understood this much? Tell me yes or no.
Yes. Yes.
So what is a cell, guys? Can someone define me what is a cell?
Cell is the intersection of rows and columns.
Intersection of what? Rows and
Rows and columns.
fine. So if your concept till this basic thing is over, now you will never confuse about the database and table and column and schema. Then we will move to the next topic, guys. If you have understood till this much data, database, table, rows, column, schema, cell, all those things, then we will understand, guys, what is the difference between this SQL Plus and SQL. Let me just save this, okay? So that you have this picture concept clear. So let me just make it this I will give you database. Let me just start. So guys, first you have to understand what is SQL. You have heard about SQL. What is SQL? Can someone tell me what is SQL?
SQL is a structural query language.
Yeah, that is the full form of SQL. My question to you is, what is SQL? Structured query language, that is the full form of S means structured, Q means query, L means language. That's fine. The question to you is, what is SQL?
It is a computer language.
It is a language. Okay, fine. Yeah. So somewhat your answer is correct. See,
Help
like
to connect the database back.
yes, somewhat half of your answers are correct. Guys, suppose Kannada is a language. Now language, what happens? It is used to interact with people. Okay. Like that, English is a language to interact with people. Hindi is a language to interact with people. It's like that. SQL is a language to interact with the database. Are you able to understand? To interact with database, talk to database, there's a language that is called as SQL. The first thing I have to write down, What is SQL? What is SQL? First question comes, what is SQL? So SQL is a language to access the database. Fine. Like English is a language to talk with people, SQL is a language to talk with the database or access the database. Fine. Now I can see a software called as what? SQL Plus. So is this SQL Plus and SQL the same thing? This is a software called as SQL Plus. So my question to you is, what is the difference between SQL and SQL Plus? Can you just tell me the difference between SQL and SQL Plus? Can someone tell me? Have you heard about this question ever again? What is SQL and what is SQL Plus? Are both the same thing?
No, I guess SQL Plus is a software where we write that query.
Okay.
I guess it.
Yes. Correct. See now, guys, this SQL is a language. Okay. SQL is a language. SQL Plus is a software. Okay. This is a software where we will write the SQL query. Suppose this is SQL Plus. This is database. Understand this concept very, very clearly, guys. I'm telling you again and again. This is SQL Plus. This is, we are going to write the query. Query is nothing but questioning to the database. Query. First, you have to understand what is a query. Query, a person has a query. You have a query. That means what? You are having a question. Like that, there's a something called as query. Query means questioning to the database. Questioning to the database. Now, this questioning is happening in which language? In SQL language. So now what happens? This SQL is written in a software called as SQL Plus. We are writing the queries in a language called as SQL. In the SQL Plus, we will write the codes or the queries in a language that is nothing but SQL. After writing this code, it will query the database. It will query the database. We will ask the question from the database. In return, database will give the answer. Database will give the answer. So now, guys, what is happening? Try to understand. In SQL Plus, we are writing the SQL codes. That is nothing but the query. It is asking the database, and in return, database is giving the answer in the SQL Plus only. So we are asking a query or we are asking a question to the database, and database is giving answer to us. Now, SQL Plus is a software where we will write the SQL queries, and database is a place where data is stored in the form of tables. We are questioning in the database. Based on that, we are getting the answer. Did you understood, guys, what is a query? What is SQL Plus? What is SQL? And what is database? Tell me yes or no. Sangeeta, did you understood?
Please repeat one more time.
Guys, SQL is what? SQL is a language to access the database. Fine. What is SQL Plus? It is a software where we will write what? The SQL queries. Till here it is clear. Now, in SQL Plus, we are writing the queries. Now, what is queries, guys? Query is questioning to the database. We are questioning to the database. Now, what will happen? After questioning into the database, database will give the answer or not? Tell me yes or no. Yes, database will give the answer, and this answer is the answer what we are requiring. So we have to understand SQL Plus is a software. In this software, we will write the SQL queries. And after writing this SQL queries, it asks from the database, and database in return gives the answer. That's all is the question. Let us just understand. This is SQL Plus. This is a software. Now here what will happen, guys? I'll give the username as Scott. Password as Tiger. Now what will happen? I will write some queries, some codes. This how we will write, we'll learn separately. Suppose some code I have written. Now after writing this particular piece of code or this particular piece of query, what happens? Database is giving an answer. From here, database is giving a particular answer. So this is part is given by the database. This is called a query. Select star from EMP is nothing but a query. So SQL Plus, in the SQL Plus, we are writing the SQL queries. SQL and SQL Plus are not the same thing. SQL Plus is a software where we will write the SQL queries. After writing the SQL queries, database will give the answer according to the query which is asked. Did you understood this much? Tell me yes or no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So these concepts, guys, you need to be completely clear. SQL is a language. SQL Plus is not a language. SQL Plus is a software where we will write the SQL queries. Query is questioning to the database. After writing this query, what will happen? Database will give the answer like this. Understand from the real time. This is SQL Plus. Here is star plus is there. So what will happen? We'll write some code. This is called as query, that is questioning to the database. And after questioning to the database, database is giving the answer. That is what is the concept, guys. This should be crystal clear when you learn SQL, when you learn ETL, when you learn any technology, BI reporting, when you will learn Hadoop, if you go to the next level, anywhere this SQL, SQL Plus, query, questioning, all these things should be very, very clear. So what is the difference between SQL and SQL Plus? SQL is a language. Language to access what, guys? Database. What is SQL Plus? SQL Plus is a software where we will write the SQL queries. Where we will write the SQL queries. Fine. Now, what is a query, guys? What is a query? Next question comes. What is a query? Can you just give me the answer? What is a query? Anyone? Pratik, can you just give me the answer, or Sangeeta or Shyama, anyone? What is a query, guys?
It is a command that is given, command that is understandable to the database.
Yes, so query is questioning to the database. So you see, I have a query, okay? So that is nothing but what? I have a question which I want to ask. So in SQL, what is this query? Query is nothing but a question which is being asked to whom? Which is asked to the database. Query is questioning to the database, or query is, or simple word you tell, just query is a question. Query is a not, query is a question which is asked to the database, and in return, what will happen, guys? In return, database will give the appropriate answer. Appropriate answer. Database will give the appropriate answer. This is very, very clear. Query is questioning to the database. Query is a question which is asked to the database. In return, database will give the appropriate answer. This is should be this concept. Query, database, schema, folder, table, all these things should be neatly understood. Any technology you learn Java, you learn HTML, you learn XML, you learn any language, your database is a mandatory thing. Everywhere this backend is required. Every data is stored in the database. Now, if you don't know what is a database, what is a table, what is a query, then you cannot learn any technology. If you want to learn Java, again, Java gets connected to a database. So database is a generic thing, and the concept should be neatly understood. What is a table? What is a query? Okay. So these are the things, guys, always be very, very clear. If you have understood till this much, guys, let me just go to this SQL Plus. So what is the username, password? Can someone tell me? Username is what? Scott. Let me just write down so that you remember. See, what you have to do is double click on SQL Plus. Username you have to give is Scott, and password you need to give is what? Tiger. What you have to do, guys? Just open this, double click on here. Give the username as SCOTT, Scott. Give the password as TIGER, Tiger. And you will get a message. This message tells what? It is being connected. It is being connected to Oracle 10G. See, there are lot of softwares, guys. There is something called as a concept called as DBMS, and there's something called as RDBMS. Have you heard about that? Anyone?
Yeah.
So what is DBMS?
Database management system, or DBMS is relational database management system.
All of you will tell me always the full form. Huh? What is DBMS? The full form is database management system. Okay. So it is a software, guys. It is a software. After installing this software, we can create our own database, our own tables, and access it. So DBMS is also a software. RDBMS is also software. After installing this software, we can create our own database. We can create our own tables. We can access it. So why its name is Relational Database Management System? Anyone knows? Why its name is Relational Database Management System is because in RDBMS, we can create relationship between the tables. In DBMS, there is no concept of relationship between the tables. There is no concept of relationship between the tables. Okay, so we don't use RDBMS in real time anytime. There is no relationship between the table. Example, have you ever heard about any example of DBMS? Fox Pro, Fox Base, DBase. All these are example of DBMS. Any example of RDBMS? Can you just tell me? Anyone? Any example RDBMS? Anyone knows? Sangeeta, do you know any example of RDBMS? Any RDBMS?
No idea.
What about Sachin and Qasim? Do you know anything about RDBMS? Any example?
Yeah, SQL Server and MySQL and MS SQL, Oracle SQL is nothing but.
Good. So any software you know with respect to database, no, that is nothing but RDBMS only. Thank you. SQL Server, MySQL, DB2, Teradata, okay, Oracle, all these are nothing but your what? RDBMS. I told you, any database system you just tell that is nothing but your RDBMS. Be it Oracle, be it MySQL, be it SQL Server, be it Teradata, DB2, Netezza, all these are nothing but your RDBMS. The most popular one is what? Oracle, and we are going to learn what? Oracle. The database what we are going to learn is nothing but your Oracle. Oracle is Oracle had a lot of version. It started with Oracle 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7. Then came 8i, then came 9i, then came 10g, then came 11g, then came 12c, where I represents the internet and G represents the grid and C represents the cloud. So now it is going on 12c. So these are the versions of Oracle. So we are going to learn Oracle, okay? So our main focus will be the Oracle only. So it is nothing but an RDBMS software, and where we can create the relationship between the tables. Nowhere people are using DBMS, everywhere people are using what? RDBMS. After this, guys, I told you Sql Plus. We have given the username as what? Can anyone tell me what is the username password for Sql Plus?
Scott and Tiger.
Tigers. Okay, thank you. So now, guys, if you see here, if I write a query, what is this query? I'll tell you later. It is not coming in a proper way. I can see that the query is written in a wrong way, and the data are shown in a complete line. So whenever the data are not shown in a correct line, in a correct page, in a correct style, there is something called a set line size. Okay, and there's something called a set page size. set line size. Okay. Oh, hold on. Set lines 1000 and then set pages 1000. Yes. Set line size and set page size. And after this, what will happen, guys? If I write the query, it will be shown in a proper way. So are you seeing this, guys? Set line size means set lines. I have put it to 1000 characters and then pages as 1000 characters. Now the display is proper. So this is what the line size, the size of this line. This is called the page size, the size of this page. So this is what is the thing you have to remember. Always, if the data are not shown in a proper way, we need to set the lines, set the line size. How to set the line size? Using what? Set lines. To anything, 1000 I am writing. To set the page size, what we have to do? Set the page size. What we have to do, guys, is we have to use a command called as set pages, and we can write here 1000, and then we will get the page size and line size will be increased, and we'll get the data in a proper way. Are you able to understand this much? Tell me yes or no. Yeah, tell me yes or no.
Yes, Vikram.
So this is what the line size and page size is increased. And if you want to clear the screen, we use what? CLSCR to clear the screen. To clear the screen, we are using a command called as what, guys? CLSCR to clear the screen. So we need to learn, guys, SQL. So we need to know some of the rules to write SQL queries. So after, if you have understood this table, the data, the column, the schema, and all this line size, page size, then we will actually learn the SQL, which is a language to access the database and to write the queries in SQL. There are some rules which we need to know. So today we will learn the rules, and then from tomorrow we'll start to practice. So you need to cooperate with me and tell me to clear the screen. What is the command used? CLSCR. Guys, to set the line size, what is the command used? Can you just tell me?
Set line 1000, set page.
Maximum you can take is around 40,000. I'm just taking is 1000. Set pages 1000. Yes, keep telling me the answers. Okay. So now, guys, now we are going to learn SQL. Let us start. Fine. You have understood a table consists of what? Rows and columns. Do you remember that? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Yes. So you have understood this much. Table consists of rows and column. So now, guys, I want to select a particular column. The table name is EMP. I want to select a particular column. Suppose employee number. So how can I select? See, select is simple English word select. This is nothing special here. Select is an English word select. I want this column name. So use this column name. What is the column name? Can you just tell me? EMP number. Fine. This is fine. I want this column. I've written this column. Select is simple select, and then from is a simple thing. No, I want something from table. So what I will write? Select that
From
particular
EMP.
thing from. Then what you have to write? The table name. What is the table name? What is the table name?
EMP.
EMP. Then
EMP.
how we are ending? Can you see this semicolon? Yes or no?
Yes.
So guys, what is the first rule we have learned? Select is a simple select word. This is fine. Whenever we want to select a column, we have to write that column name. From is an English keyword. This is same. Then we have to give the table name, and any SQL statement ends with what? Ends with what? Semicolon. Yes or no? Guys, tell me yes or no. Yes, guys, please tell me, keep responding to yes. So any SQL statement ends with semicolon. So now I want to select employee number and job. So what can be the query? Can someone tell me? Select
Job from employee.
Number, comma, job.
Employee number, then you have to give comma. Then you have to give what? Job.
Job.
From which table?
Employee. EMP.
EMP. Then what I have to write?
Semicolon.
Is it fine or not? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Yes, it's fine.
Now if I want to clear the screen, what is the query?
CLR.
Clear.
CLSCR. Fine. Now I want to see this table. So see, star means what, you know, guys? All the rows and columns from a table. This is a then we use star. So if I write select star from EMP, what will happen, guys? all the rows and columns from which table? EMP table will be shown. If I want to select, suppose only department number column and salary column. So what will the query? Can someone tell me? Select
salary, comma department number from employee.
Excellent. Guys, so you are understanding some of the concepts. So here, this is fine. At least you can select a particular column from a particular table. And if you want to select all the columns, what is the way, guys?
Select star from employee.
Star means what? All the columns. All the columns, if I want, what I will use? Star. So you're understanding the rule that any SQL statement ends with semicolon. SQL statement is not case sensitive. Just remember this, SQL statement is not case sensitive. It is not uppercase, lowercase like a Java, camel structure, horse structure, all those things are not there. Here, it is not case sensitive. If I write like this, SELE, then again capital T star, then capital for R, then OM, then again capital EM. Guys, this query will execute or not? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, is execute.
Yeah, execute because SQL statement is not case sensitive. Yes or no?
Yes.
But data in a table is case sensitive. This Smith is case sensitive. This Clark is case sensitive. Data in a table is what? Case sensitive. So if you have understood this much, there is something called as editing of a SQL query. There is a command called as ed. Click on this ed. This editor window will come and we can just edit the query. If I want to edit the query, I can just edit it. I can just close this, save, yes, just give a front slash enter. Are you able to understand? Front slash enter. Whenever we want to edit a query, just keep right here, ed, semicolon, enter. Whatever you want to edit, just edit. Click on close button and then give a front slash enter. This is how we write the SQL queries. Any number of times we can execute the query using this front slash. Then guys, these things, if you have understood, you can write what simple select query to select a particular column from a particular table. So this is fine. So after, if you have understood this much, there is some rules like keywords cannot be written in 2 words. Okay. So tell me guys, SQL queries can be written in any number of lines. Will this query get executed? Tell me yes or no. Any idea, any guess?
Yeah, it will execute.
SQL queries can be written in any number of lines. I have told you, but keywords cannot be written in any second line. So this will get executed, but if I write SC and then if I give enter, will it generate error or not? This will generate error.
Yes.
This is a keyword. Select is a keyword. From is a keyword. This cannot be split into 2 lines. SQL statements can be written in any number of lines, but keywords cannot be split in 2 or more lines. Suppose select star. If I write FR, then I give error, and then I write here OM, EMP like that. Then it will generate error. Why? Because these keywords cannot be written in what? 2 lines. Are you able to understand? But SQL statements can be written in any number of lines. Tell me yes or no. Guys, tell me yes or no.
Yeah.
So if I want to clear the screen, what is the query? Can you just tell me?
CLSCR.
CLSCR, but I will not clear it because I want to give you these queries. Okay. So guys, now if you have understood this much, so if I want to get all the tables from a database, the query is what? Select star from tab. This will show in this database which are the tables present. What is the query? Select star from tab. So the next question is to display all the tables in a database. What is the query, guys? In a database, what is the query? Can you just tell me what is the query?
Select star from tab.
This will display, okay? Fine. And to edit any query, we are using what? ed command. Fine. Now, after if you have understood this much, then guys, select star from EMP. This is fine. If you have understood this part, now these datas are what? Case sensitive. These datas are what? Case sensitive. That means what, guys? There is something called as filter condition where, okay. Suppose I write, I will tell you that also. So let's start from EMP. Now I'm keeping a filter condition. I'm putting a filter condition where. This is a filter condition. I want this name to be Smith. So I'm writing here where ename equals to Smith. Now name and date should be always written in single quotation. Name and date should be always written in single quotation. So Smith will be written in single quotation. So this is fine. Only this data Smith has come. What is the query? Select star from EMP all the records from EMP table. Where is a filter condition? Now I'm putting the ename as Smith. This is fine in single quotation. So what I told, data in a table is single quotation. Is always case sensitive. That means what, guys? Select star from EMP where ename equals to, if I write this query, suppose I don't write it case sensitive, I write it in a small case, suppose. So what will happen, guys? What will be the output of this query? Can anyone tell me?
It will show error because there is no semicolon.
No. No, if I give the semicolon also, then what will be the output?
No. Again, it will because it's a case sensitive. No, ename. So Smith is a small in a lower case. So I guess it will show error.
What about you? Shangita and
Yes, same actually. Smith data is a case sensitive, but we in condition we gave it as a smaller letter. So I don't think it will return the output.
no records found, because see, this is Smith is in the table which is case sensitive. There is no Smith with lowercase. So if I write here, it will show what? No rows selected. Why? Because there is no data who is having what? The name of a Smith in lowercase. There is no data in this table which is having the name in lowercase. So this will return what, guys? No rows selected. Yes or no? Yes. Are you able to understand the output of this query? Tell me yes or no.
Yeah, yes, it's
Because there is no record which is having what? Smith name in lowercase. These data are always in uppercase. Yes or no? Yes. So I have written a separate, guys, rules for write the SQL queries. What is rule number 1? SQL language is not case sensitive. What does this mean? If we write the SQL, it is uppercase or lowercase, it is not a case sensitive. Yes or no? Tell me yes or no, guys. What is the query for this one? I showed you. I write this in uppercase, this in lowercase, and then I write here. It will give the output because SQL is not case sensitive. Yes or no?
yes, sir.
Next, the rule I told you is what? SQL statement ends with what? Semicolon. Next, I told if I want to select column 1, column 2, and column n, I can just give comma, comma, comma. And for all the columns, what is the keyword used? Star. And then from and then table name. Then I told what? No two SQL keywords can be written in 2 lines. Although SQL queries can be written in 2 or multiple lines. Did you understood this rule? What I told you? Keywords like from is a keyword. These cannot be written in 2 lines. But SQL queries can be written in 2 lines. Yes or no, guys? Did I show this query or not? Tell me yes or no. What I told, I cannot write. I can write this query in 10 lines. Select star from EMP. I can write in multiple lines. But I cannot, this particular keyword I cannot write in 2 lines. It will generate an error. After this, guys, I told you CLSCR is used to clear the screen. ED or edit is used to edit a SQL query. To execute a SQL query, we use which slash? Front slash or backslash? Always front slash. Yes or no, guys? I showed you or not? Always we will use what? Front slash. Always we will use front slash to execute any SQL queries. Then we learned something called as we can execute query in command prompt. This I will tell you. Then I told you there is something called as line size, which can be used to set the lines, and page size, which can be used to set the page size. Yes or no, guys? Tell me yes or no. Yes.
Yes.
The data in a table is case sensitive. Okay. And first the filter of any SQL statement gets executed, then the select statement. This I will tell you what is this. Next is string and date are always written in single quotation. So this is what, guys, always the filter condition gets executed first. That means what? This is select star from EMP where department number equals to 10. Actual execution of SQL happens in the reverse way. First is search what? Where department number equals to 10. First is search, this is department 10, department 10. And after that, select star from EMP. Execution happens in reverse way. First, the filter condition, it filters that wherever the department number or 10 is there, and then the details of that table. That is nothing but select star from EMP where department number equals to 10. This SQL can be also executed from command prompt. You have to write CMD, you have to open, you have to write here SQL plus. What you have to write? SQL plus, and then you have to give an enter. You have to give the username as Scott, password as Tiger, and then guys you can put the line size, set lines 1000. I showed you 1000 is the characters, page size 1000, and then one you can write is select star from EMP. You can get the query. Yes or no, guys? Can we write in command prompt or not? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, yes.
So can you tell me what is the rules to write the queries in command prompt? First, we have to write what? Open the command prompt. Can you just tell me the rules? Open command prompt. So how to open command prompt? Open command prompt. How to open command prompt? First, you have to click on Windows plus R. Then you have to write what? CMD. Then you have to write what? SQL plus. Then you have to give the username as Scott, password as Tiger. That's all. That means what, guys? Can everyone tell me how to execute the command in command prompt? What is the first rule? Windows R. Then I have to write what? CMD. Click on OK. Then I have to write here what, guys? SQL plus. Then I have to give what? Enter. Give the username as what?
Scott.
SCOTT. Password as what?
Tiger.
Fine. Now you can start writing the query. Select the star from EMP, DPT, whatever you want. If I want to set the line size, set lines 1000, set pages 1000. Anyway, you can write the queries here. Just you have to write select a star from EMP, DPT, all those things, and you can just execute the queries from here also. Yes or no, guys? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, yes.
So from both the ways, from the command prompt also, from SQL plus also, both the ways we can execute the queries. So these are the rules of queries and the basic things we have learned. So what I want is, guys, just a revision of the classes so that we can end the course. So if I ask you what is SQL, guys, can everyone tell me what is SQL? Anyone tell me? Can you tell me, Wali? Qasim Wali, can you tell me what is SQL?
Yeah, it is computer language data. So nothing but to ask a query database. Sorry.
Yeah, it is a language to access the database. Yes, and what is a database? Sangeeta, can you just tell me what is a database?
Database is a software.
Database is a collection of data in the form of what? In the form of tables.
Rows and tables.
And what is a table?
Table is a collection of rows and columns.
Rows and columns. Rows are also called as tuples. Columns are also called as what? Attributes. And tables are also called as what? Entity. Okay, guys. After this, we learned something called a schema. Shyama, do you know what is a schema?
Schema is
it is a folder structure in a database. It is a folder structure in a database. And then after that, we learned there is difference between SQL and SQL Plus. What is the difference? SQL Plus is a software where we will write the SQL queries, but SQL is a language. After that, what happened, guys? We learned there is something called as query. Yes. Can someone try what is a query? Wasim, what is a query?
Nothing but questioning to ask database.
Yes, questioning to the database. In return, database will give the answer.
Yes.
Yes. So this is fine. And then, guys, we learn the rules of SQL. So we can select one or two column, writing select column 1, column 2. And if I want all the columns, what is the keyword used? Can everyone tell me?
Star.
If you want to get all the columns, what is the keyword used? It is your star. So select star from the particular table name. If I want to get all the tables from a database, what is the query? So, Syama, can you just tell me? If I want to get all the tables from a database,
all the tables, select star from tab.
Select star from tab. And if I want any SQL statements ends with what?
Semicolon.
Semicolon. And SQL statements are case sensitive or not?
No.
No.
It is not case sensitive. And data in a table, is it case sensitive or not?
Yes, it is case sensitive.
It is a case sensitive. Which executes first the filter condition or the select part? First the filter condition executes first and then the select part.
Select part.
And how to clear the screen?
CL SE.
SCR. How to edit the particular query in SQL Plus?
ED.
ED and or you can use edit. Okay. And then guys, how to connect to SQL Plus using command prompt?
Windows plus R and CMD and next SQL Plus.
Then username and password is caught and
username and password.
So keywords, can it be written in 2 lines?
No.
No.
No, keywords cannot be written in 2 words, but SQL queries, can it be written in multiple lines?
Yes.
SQL queries can be written in multiple
lines.
So I think guys, that is what we learned. What is the data, database table, row, column, table, schema, all these things we have learned. What is the difference between RDBMS and DBMS? RDBMS, we can establish the relationship between the table. Yes. DBMS, we cannot have the relationship between the tables. Line size is used to increase the size of the line. Page size is used to increase the size of the pages. That is what we have learned, guys. Tomorrow I will start your operators. There are so many operators like Java and any other programming languages. But before I start, guys, please give me your mail IDs in WhatsApp. Okay. Let me just share you this particular notes, whatever we have learned, okay, till today. And then, guys, what is the thing is no. Let me just share this notes. Share your mail IDs in this particular in the WhatsApp so that I can share you this software and we can proceed from there. Let me just give you these queries, whatever we have executed. And guys, join by laptop is I cannot tell daily because you see, if you'll have the recording, at least you can go through the recording again and again. Okay. If you don't have the recording, then it's then you have to go through. You have to remember what is taught, but that's not a ideal way. I will not suggest you people to go through that. Let me just open my WhatsApp web and give you the software. 1 second. So 8 p.m. means, guys, 8 p.m. you have to join the session. It is not that 8 p.m. You will just start joining the classes. Okay. Just 1 second. Did you understood today's class, guys? Tell me yes or no.
Yeah. Yes.
Did you got some clarity? What is SQL? What is database? What is data? What is table and all?
Yes, we learned. Yes, we got.
Okay. So I will be sharing you the notes in your WhatsApp, and then I will be sharing you this particular queries also, which is written. And after that, guys, what I want is that you share your mail ID. Okay. You share your mail ID in this particular your mail ID in the WhatsApp. Can you just share now so that I can share you the particular queries, okay? And I can give you the software which you can install and then we can proceed further. Can you share me your mail IDs? I can give you the software. Yes, fine. Someone has shared me. Yeah, so let me just share this software to you. Let me just first share this software, okay? And then we can proceed further. Just see the spelling mistake I don't do, okay? So D, just see that, D, Q, okay? A, S, I, M,
VALI,
okay? 1994
@gmail.com.
Okay, fine. Shyama, can you just share your mail ID, please? Sangeeta has shared. What is Sangeeta's mail ID? Yeah, SangeetaGeeSaqi08@gmail.com. Okay. Shyama, did you share your mail ID? Yeah, share your mail ID, no, please. You have to download this one, okay? And then you have to install the VMware, and then you have to take that software. Meanwhile, I will be giving you the notes, whatever is taught, and then I will be giving you the today's notes in your WhatsApp. Just give me, just let me just share the software. Yeah, I got the mail. SHYA. Shyama, can you just see SHYAMA 0793. Guys, it will go in your Google Drive, okay? The view software. Gmail.com. Okay, fine. Let me just send this software. You know how to extract the software, no? Did you got? Can you just check? I have shared you. Did you got, guys? Just can you just check?
Yeah, I got, sir.
Yeah, just extract it. Extract and download this. What about Sangeeta and Shyama? Did you got the software? Can you just confirm me, guys? Did you got the software or not? Tell me yes or no.
Yeah, got it.
So extract the software, guys. And did you downloaded that VM player? Do you know how to download that VM player? You have to just go here, okay? You have to just go here, okay? Write VM player download. Okay, and just download this. Download VM player workstation. Can you just all download this fast? Download from here. This is downloaded. Are you there, guys? Are you downloading? What is happening?
Downloading.
Download.
It have 4.2 GB.
Yeah, it's a huge software. I told you, no, in the beginning.
Yeah. It's showing 8 to 9 minutes.
Nothing. After you download, no, you will get this icon.
Yeah. Okay.
You will get this simple. It's very simple. You will get this icon. Okay. You will double click here.
Okay. Sure.
After that, it will open. Then what will happen, guys? After opening, what you have to do is you have to browse that software. I'll show you how. One second.
Yeah. Oh.
You have to click on this open virtual machine, and the software where it is downloaded. You have to just take this window XP and click on open. That's all you have to do. I don't know. Are you trying? Is it getting installed? That VM workstation. Let me just share this notes to you people, whatever we have learned today. So I don't want to share the entire thing. I just want to share till here, whatever we have learned. And I can just remove this thing. What is happening, guys? What your people are doing? Is it getting downloaded?
It's continued downloading, sir.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Download it. It will take time.
Yeah,
Things will not happen. See, let me just share you these notes, okay?
Okay.
I have shared you the notes, okay? You can just open and study the notes, okay? And then I have shared, let me just share the queries, whatever we have practiced. So you need to practice this query. Your work is now coming. Now, next target is what? You need to download, install, and practice whatever queries we have learned. See, everyday practice is like maths. Every day you practice maths, then you learn. One day you'll practice, and then 10 days you will not practice, you will not learn anything. This is like maths. Same to same like maths. Here the password is Oracle. Okay. The password is Oracle. Okay. Remember that. So all the queries, whatever we have given you, the remember, and the password is Oracle is the password for the VM player workstation. Given the software, please install it. Shama, are you able to download? Okay, guys, see, I have shared you today's notes. Okay, leave that. Did you got the today's note? Tell me yes or no.
It's got.
You got the today's note or not, everyone? What is his name? Shangita, Shyama, and Quesim Valli. Did you got today's note?
Oh, yes, yes.